You arrive with one bag and a name that isn't yours anymore. 20 years later, the name still isn't yours, but everything else is. The recruiting office doesn't ask where you're from. It asks what you're running from, writes down a different answer, and hands you a train ticket to Aubagne. This is the only army in the world that will take you without your real name, your real past, or a single word of French. You give up the first two on day one. The third one you'll get. They call this the Déclaration d'identité, the declared identity. Whoever you were before this building doesn't exist anymore. The man standing in front of the recruiter now is whoever you said you were, for as long as you want to be him. Training happens at Castelnaudary, and it is designed to break the part of you that still thinks in your native language. 16 weeks. You learn to march at 88 steps a minute instead of the standard 120. Slow and deliberate, because the Legion decided a long time ago that it will never look like it's in a hurry. You learn commands in French you don't understand yet, and you follow them anyway, because understanding comes later and obedience comes now. At the end of it, if you're still standing, they give you the white kepi. Not a rank, not a medal, a hat. And somehow it means more than either. You are a legionnaire now, which in practice means you are the newest, least trusted person in an organization that measures trust in years, not weeks. You dig latrines. You carry the heaviest pack. You are corrected in a language you're still learning, by men who stopped correcting each other years ago because they don't need to anymore. Your first deployment doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It never has. You go where the Legion goes, which historically has meant everywhere France has ever needed someone to go first. And you go first, because that is, structurally, the entire point of view. Corporal comes if you survive long enough and pay enough attention. It's not a promotion so much as a demotion of everyone junior to you. You are now responsible for teaching men exactly as lost as you were to become exactly as hard as you are. You do this in French that is finally starting to sound like yours. Sergeant is where the Legion actually lives. Officers rotate out. Recruits rotate through. The sergeants are the ones who stay, who remember the last war, and are already tired of the next one, who run the unit in every way that matters, while someone with more stripes signs the paperwork. If the Legion has a soul, it's wearing 3 stripes and hasn't slept properly since 1997. Somewhere in your service, nobody can tell you exactly when, you stop translating French in your head. It just arrives now, the way your old language used to. You notice this the same week you realize you haven't thought about your old name in over a year. You're not sure if that's supposed to feel like loss. It doesn't, particularly. It feels like Tuesday. Every April the 30th, the entire Legion stops and remembers Camerone. 60-odd men who held a farmhouse against 2,000 and lost and are honored for it anyway, because the Legion has never been interested in winning as much as it's interested in not breaking. They parade the wooden hand of the captain who died there. You stand at attention for a hand in a glass case, and you understand completely, without anyone explaining it to you, why that hand matters more than most living generals. After 3 years, if you've bled for France, France will let you become French. They call it le sang versé, French by spilled blood. It is on paper a citizenship ceremony. In practice, it's the only moment the Legion admits out loud that the man who walked in with a fake name and no country did in fact become something real. Very few make officer. It requires French citizenship you may not have yet, and a version of yourself fluent enough, patient enough, French enough to survive the promotion boards. Most legionnaires never get there, and never expected to. The ceiling isn't a tragedy, it's the deal you signed. Adjudant, if you make it, means you are the senior NCO, the actual load-bearing wall of the unit, the man young officers quietly ask what to do, the man other legionnaires assume has always been there, and always will be. You have said the phrase "when I was a recruit" more times than you can count, and it no longer feels like bragging. It feels like handing something down. Eventually, you're the oldest man in the room who remembers what Castelnaudary felt like from the inside. The new recruits look at you the way you once looked at your own sergeant, like a rule of nature, not a person. You still don't correct them when they get your story slightly wrong. The story was never really the point. You gave up a name to get here. You're still not sure the name mattered as much as you thought it did when you were 22 years old and running from something you don't talk about anymore. What you kept is simpler. Legio Patria Nostra. The Legion is our fatherland. You didn't understand that sentence the day they made you memorize it. You have understood it every single day since.